episode of
Breaking Down the Deck.
Yes, and we're Pay the One, of course, and I'm Sarah. You can find me anywhere on Sarah Horror.
And I am your boy Andres. I go by Epic Andre in social medias. You can find me anywhere as well.
And today I am breaking down my latest Final Fantasy deck. It is Ashe or Ashe. I don't know how to pronounce it because I don't play Final Fantasy. I've never heard someone pronounce the name, but yes, I say Ashe because, you know, Evil Dead. But yeah,
we love Evil Dead here.
We do. So, Ashe, Princess of Dalmasca. She's a human rebel noble. She costs 2 mana of any color and 1 white. And whenever Ashe attacks, I look at the top 5 cards of my library. I may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into my hand. I put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. So, you know, already, like, even if I attack, even if someone removes it, I still get some value from it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And I have a lot of artifacts in this deck, because you will see.
Oh, what? Are you
so
sure?
I'm pretty sure I will hit my mark almost every time. But yeah, so I've filled this one up with as many fun artifacts as I could. And as cheap artifacts also as I could.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm really excited to see this deck. But what make you build the commander? I have to ask you because I don't see not a lot of video about people build this one around.
Yeah, because I wanted to build some more Final Fantasy. I already had, I think, 4 decks. So I was going through my cards, my binders, and then I liked the name and I liked what it did because I do have Titus, which is also artifact, but I wanted to make another artifact deck. And Mono White just spoke to me because I was thinking about the land I had, Monumental Henge, which goes well with this. And I was thinking I could do some synergy there and then add a special type of spice to it.
Spice?
Yes.
Spice?
Yes.
Oh, why are you so happy?
You will see.
I'm scared now.
You will see.
I'm scared now.
So.
All right, so I don't want to wait anymore. I think you don't want to wait anymore. So let's see what the spice is actually.
So, Princess Ashe. So she cares a lot about artifacts because whenever she attacks, I look at the top 5 cards of my library. I may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into my hand. And put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. So it's a good way to have an extra card draw if I'm able to attack every turn. I mean, even if I attack and someone removes her, I still get some value. So yeah, let's see which artifacts I have in my deck. Starting with a Letter of Acceptance. Add 1 mana of any color, cost 3. For 2, I can sacrifice it and draw a card. Just some extra card draw. Then I have a Liquimetal Torque. I can add 1 colorless. It's a 2 mana artifact, but I can make target non-land permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types until end of turn. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then we have... Ooh, this is actually an upgrade one that I did like an hour before this. It is the One Ring. It's a 4 mana artifact, legendary, indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if I cast it, I gain protection from everything until my next turn. At the beginning of my upkeep, I lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. I can tap it to put a burden counter on the One Ring, then I draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. So it's some extra card draw and some protection when it comes out. And then we have a starting column for 3 mana. It has starter engines, and I can add 1 mana of any color, and max speed. I can sacrifice this artifact and draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So it's good to draw some cards. And then I have a Cliffhaven Kite Sail, an artifact for 1. When it enters the battlefield, I attach it to target creature I control. An equipped creature has flying and costs 2 to equip. So it's a good way to give a creature flying. And then I have an Ichor Wellspring for 2 mana. When it enters the battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I draw a card. Just some extra card draw. And then we have the classic we have Soul Ring. 1 mana gives me 2 mana or 2 colorless mana. And then we have a Hunter's Blowgun for 1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and it also has Death Touch as long as it's your turn, otherwise it has Reach. So it's good to have Reach in case a flyer attacks me. And then we have the Thopter Shop. It's whenever one or more artifact creatures you control die, I draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. For 2 colorless and a white, I can tap it and create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. And it costs 3. So yeah, some card draw and some token maker. Then I have the Unstable Glyph Bridge for 3 colorless and 2 white. When it enters the battlefield, if I cast it, for each player I choose 1 creature with power 2 or less that player controls, then I destroy all creatures except creatures chosen this way. So if I need a board wipe, that's a good way. I can also craft with it, so let's see what happens when I craft. It turns into a Sandswirl Wanderglyph. It's a golem, flying. Whenever an opponent casts a spell during their turn, they can't attack you or planeswalkers you control this turn. Each opponent who attacked you or a planeswalker you control this turn can't cast spells. So if someone wants to attack me, then they can't cast spells. If someone wants to cast spell, they can attack me. So a good way to limit the options for my opponents. And then we also have the Skull Clamp, of course, because I might be making some tokens. I want them to die. I want to draw cards. So equipped creature gets +1/-1. Whenever equipped creature dies, I draw 2 cards. It's so good. And then we have a Plate of Armor, 2 colors, 1 white. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has Ward 1. And equip 3, but it costs 1 less to activate for each other equipments I control. Then we have the Celestial Armor. For 2 colors and 1 white, it has Flash. When this equipment enters, attach it to target creature I control. That creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has flying. Yeah. It's a good way to protect my creature and to give it flying. Then we have the Commander Sphere. For 3 mana, I can add 1 mana of any color, sacrifice it, and draw a card. Then we have the Adaptive Omni Tool. This is a powerful card. 2 mana, or 2 mana cost. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact I control. Whenever equipped creature attacks, I look at the top 6 cards of my library. I may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into my hand. And put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. Cost 3 to equip. Such a powerful card. I mean, a creature gets to be really big if I have a lot of artifacts. And I get to put an artifact card in my hand when it attacks. Yes. And then we have something for people who play graveyards. We have Graveyard Synergy. We have the Soul Guy Lantern for 1. When it enters the battlefield, I exile target card from a graveyard. I can sacrifice this and exile each opponent's graveyards, or I can pay 1 and draw a card and sacrifice it. So good against people who have a lot of graveyard things going on. And then we have the Guidelight Matrix for 2 colorless mana. When this artifact enters, I draw a card. I can target mount you control becomes saddle until the end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Target vehicle control becomes an artifact creature until the end of turn. But these 2 aren't as important as just having an extra artifact and drawing a card when it enters. If I need to sack an artifact, I can sack this. And then we have some artifact creatures, which is also important in this one. First, we have the Mandible Justiciar for 1 mana any color and 1 white. It has lifelink. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under control, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it can grow a little bit, hopefully, during its lifetime. And then we have the Voyager Quick Welder. 2 mana of any color and one white. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 colors less to cast. So that is very important. I can cast a lot more artifacts during my turns. Then we have the Chief of the Foundry for 3 mana of any color. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. That's super good. Then we have the Sad Robot, the Solemn Simulacrum for 4 mana of any color. When it enters, I may search my library for a basic land card, put it onto battlefield tapped and shuffle, and when it dies, I draw a card. So yeah, benefits me when it enters, benefits me when it dies. Then we have the Ornithopter for 0. It's just a flyer. Good to have a little flyer with the 2 in the butt. And then we have the Guidelight Synergist, 3 mana of any color and 1 white, flying, but this creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact I control, so it can grow really big. And then we have a little Swooping Lookout, 1 white, that has flying and vigilance. It's good to have this one out like turn 1. You can start hitting people on turn 2. And then we have the Steel Overseer, 2 mana of any color. I can tap it and put a +1 counter on each artifact creature I control. Very, very good. Then we have the Split Skin Doll for 1 mana of any color and 1 white. It's a toy, and when it enters, I draw a card. And then I discard a card unless I control another creature with power 2 or less. And I usually do in this deck, so I get to keep my card. Then I have the Ornithopter of Paradise, 2 mana of any color, flyer, and I can add 1 mana of any color. And then we have the Burnished Heart, 3 mana of any color. For 3, I can sacrifice it and search my library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. And then we have the Etched Champion, such a good card, especially together with something that gives it +1 for each artifact I control. So Etched Champion for 3 mana of any color. It has protection from all colors as long as I control 3 or more artifacts. Pretty good. Then we have the Ether Jacket for 3 mana of any color. Flying Vigilance. For 2, I can sacrifice this creature and destroy another target artifact. Activate only as a sorcery. And then we have a Junk Diver for 3 mana of any color, flying, but when it dies, I return another target artifact card from my graveyard to my hand. Yes, so if someone removes something, some artifact I like, I can get it back if it's 3 or no, anything. That's so good. Okay, and then I have a little kind of spice to how I also can win this game. And you will see exactly what it is. So, the first card here is the Necropede for 2 mana. It's an insect, but it has infect. That's the most important part. And when it is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. So yes, infect or toxic or infect is my other secret win con, but not so secret anymore. Then we have the Phyrexian Digester. So it's a construct with infect. It is a little bit bigger than the Necropede, which has 2. It costs 3. And then we have the Ribskiff. It's a vehicle, cost 4. It has Toxic 2, but when it enters the battlefield, I draw a card and I can crew 3. Then we have a Mirror Convert. It has Toxic 1. It costs 2 mana, but I can pay 2 life and add 1 mana of any color. Then we have the Basilica Shepherd for 3 mana of any color and 2 white, flying. When it enters the battlefield, I create 2 1/1 colors Phyrexian my artifact creature tokens with Toxic 1. And this creature can't block. Then we have the Annex Sentry for 2 colors and 1 white, Toxic 1. When it enters the battlefield, I can exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until this leaves the battlefield. Then we have the Dune Mover for 2 mana, 1 in color. It has Toxic 1. When it enters the battlefield, I may search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, shuffle, and put it on top. Then we have the Infested Flesh Cutter. 1 mana, 1 in color, 1 white. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Equips for 2 colors, or 2 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. And then we have a Duelist of Deep Faith. So we have 1 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. It has Toxic 1, but as long as it's my turn, this has first strike. So yeah, I can pump them up, especially the infect ones, give them flying, and then fly in for the infect win. So yes. And then we have the regular creatures. I guess that's not an artifact. It's not infect. They're just fun. We have the Teshar, Ancestors Apostle. 3 mana in color and 1 white. It flies as a bird cleric. Whenever I cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Good card to get other artifacts back. Then we have the Absent Falconer for 2 mana, 1 in color and 1 white. It has Outlast. I can put a +1 counter on this creature, and each creature control with a +1/+1 counter on it has flying. Then we have the Life Creed Duo. 1 mana, 1 in color, 1 white. It's a bat bird. Flying, and whenever a creature you control enters, I gain 1 life. It's good, because I hopefully will be making sell tokens. Then we have the Discerning Financier for 2 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. At the beginning of my upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, I create a treasure token. And I can pay 3 and choose another player. That player gains control of target treasure control, and I draw a card. I mean, who doesn't want a free treasure? And I get to draw a card. Then we have Graha Tia, 4 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. It's a cat archer. It has reach. Whenever one or more creatures or artifacts I control die, I draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Just some more card draw. Then we have this little cute thing, Gaelic Cat, for 2 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. Flying Vigilance. As long as I control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gets +2/+0. Then we have the Lotus Guard Disciple, 2 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. It's flying, and when this creature enters, target creature or vehicle gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. It's good if I need to gain some life or give something indestructible. Then we have the Walking Atlas for 2. It costs 2, and I can tap it, and I may put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield. Then we have a really cute card. It's the Delivery Moogle. It's a 3 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white, and it has flying. But when it enters, I search my library or graveyard for an artifact card with mana value 2 or less, reveal it, and put it into my hand. If I search my library this way, I shuffle. And then we have the Oltec Matter Weaver for 2 mana, 1 in color, and 1 white. Whenever I cast a creature spell, I choose 1. I can create a colorless gnome artifact creature token, and I can create a token, or that's a copy of target artifact token I control. So I can have some more sacrifices for my Skull Clamp, which is good, and more artifact counts. And then I have some enchantments. And the first one is Muster the Departed. When Muster the Departed enters the battlefield, I create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. As more morbid, at the beginning of my end step, if a creature died this turn, I populate. And then this is a Japanese one. I'm gonna put it on the screen, you will see it in English, but I can basically, a creature gets +1, +1 I think, for each artifact I control. So yeah, it's really powerful to pump up my creatures. And then we have the Tempered Steel. For 1 mana of any color and 2 white. Artifact creatures I control get +2/+2. Then we have the Zealot's Conviction for just 1 white, flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1, but it has corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, enchanted creature gets an additional +1 and has first strike. Then, going for a Nurturing Presence. 1 mana of any color and 1 white. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. When it enters the battlefield, I create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Then my last enchantment is Tokashia's Welcome. 2 mana of any color and 1 white. Whenever 1 or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under my control, I draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Just some more card draw. Then we have some more instants. We need to protect ourselves and our creatures. So first we have Arrester's Zeal for 1 white. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It has Addendum. If you cast the spell during my main phase, that creature gains flying until end of turn. Then we have the Sonar Strike. 1 mana of any color and 1 white. It deals 4 damage to target attacking, blocking, or tapped creature. If I control a bat, I gain 3 life. And I do have 1 bat in this entire deck. So hopefully that's out when I play Sonar Strike. Then I have the Lens Flare. For 4 mana of any color and 1 white, but it has affinity for artifacts. It costs 1 less to cast for each artifact I control, so I usually just cast this for 1 white. It deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Then we have On the Job. 2 mana of any color and 2 white. Creatures I control get +2/+1 until end of turn. I investigate. Then we have a Complete Devotion. 1 mana of any color and 1 white. Target creature I control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If that creature is toxic, I also draw a card. Then we have a Piercing Light for 1 white. It deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creatures. I scry 1. Then we have a Rebellious Strike for 1 mana of any color and 1 white. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. I draw a card. Then we have the Fate of the Suncrest for 4 mana of any color and 1 white, but it costs 2 mana of any color less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target non-land permanent. Parting Gust. 2 white. Gift a tapped fish. I can exile target non-token creature. If the gift wasn't promised, I return that creature onto the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. And my last one is Crumb and Get It for 1 white. Gift a food. Target creature I control gets +2 until end of turn. If the gift was promised, that creature also gains indestructible until end of turn. And then we have some sorceries. The first one is Patch Up. 2 mana of any color and 1 white. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. We have a Dewdrop Cure. For 2 mana of any color and 1 white, I can gift a card. I can return up to 2 target creature cards, each with mana value 2 or less, from my graveyard to the battlefield. If the gift was promised, instead I return up to 3 target creature cards, each with mana value 2 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. Then we have Late to Dinner. 3 mana of any color and 1 white. Return target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. Create a food token. This is for if I lose something really important that's more than 3 mana. And then we have Against All Odds. 3 mana, 1 white. I can choose one or both. Exile target artifact or creature I control, and then I return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. I can return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. And then we go over to the lands. Yes. Okay. So here are some planes. Then we have a Naya Panorama. I can add 1 colorless, I can sacrifice it and search my library for a basic mountain, forest, or plains card and put it onto battlefield tapped. Plains, yes, there will be a few plains in this deck. Then we have the Exotic Orchard. I can add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce, so I'm hoping my opponents play white, at least one of them. Then we have the Spire of Industry. I can add a colorless, I can pay a life, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only if you control an artifact. Plains, Myriad Landscapes. Enters battlefield tapped, I can add a colorless, but I can sacrifice it for 2 and search my library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type. Put them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle my library. Promising Vein, it's a cave. I can add a colorless, I can sacrifice, pay 1 and sacrifice it and search my library for a basic land card. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. Adds a colorless, but for 5 I can mill 2 cards, then I may sacrifice this land, and when I do, return another target permanent card from my graveyard to my hand. I have Echoing Depths. I may have Echoing Depths enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land card in my graveyard, except it's a cave in addition to its other types. Add 1 colorless. Plains. This is a fun one. Mage Ring Network. Add the colorless. For 1, I can put a storage counter on this land, and then I can remove any number of storage counters from Mage Ring Network. Add 1 colorless for each storage counter removed this way. Then I have the Monumental Henge. It enters tapped unless I control a plains. I can add a white, but for 2 colorless and 2 white, I can look at the top 5 cards of my library. I may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into my hand. So a good way to get something more to my hand. Plains, Ashe Barrens gets me a colorless, but I can do basic land cycling if I need. Plains. Radiant Fountain. When it enters the battlefield, I gain 2 life. I can add 1 to my mana pool. Plains. Then we have the Lupin Flower Village. Add a colorless. I can add a white, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. For 1 whatever and 1 white, I can sacrifice it and look at the top 6 cards of my library. I may reveal a bat, bird, mouse, or rabbit card from among them, but that's not really that important because I only run like 1 bat and 1 bird or 2 birds. Plains. Then we have the Darksteel Citadel, indestructible. I can add a colorless, and for my last land, it's a Cryptic Caves. I can add a colorless, and I can pay 1 and sacrifice it and draw a card. I can activate this ability only if I control 5 or more lands. So yes, that was my Ashe deck. I have had a lot of fun with it, but of course let me know in the comments below what you think about my deck and how have you built your own Ashe deck. But yeah, back to Andres and back to myself. Yes, back to us. And yes, I will. Why that look, Andres? Why? I don't understand.
For the old people at home, I can just say one thing, and I think you all agree with me.
Why?
That spice, come on.
That was spice.
Oh my.
That was infect spice.
Okay, credits to you. I think it's like the first time I actually see like a mono white infect deck actually.
Well, it's more like a side spice.
Side
it's
spice.
Not the
main
dish.
Okay.
It's a side dish.
Side dish. A deadly side dish.
Yes, if played correctly, but it's just some fun, extra fun for everyone.
You like toxic, right?
I do. I think I have 5 or 6 decks with toxic. I don't know why I'm this way.
Oh my god.
But I was thinking, why not try to make the mono white deck a little bit spicy, I'm so happy. I'm sorry, everyone. But if you like infect, if you like toxic, I'm your girl.
Yeah, apparently, yes.
Check my decks out on Moxfield. You will find some spicy things there. And also, this is on Moxfield, so you should go check that out as well. As we said, Sarah Horror and.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing progress in the infect stuff here. What the hell, girl? All right, I'm sorry. I go by Epic Andres in social media. I'm Andres and people. What the hell?
How many infect or toxic decks do you have?
None.
Why? You should have at least 1, right?
What? No.
Okay, let us know in the comments below how many toxic or infect decks you have, and which ones?
Okay, which one are your favorite colors to play with? Toxie? Do you like Sarah's take on white Toxie here? But not Toxie aside. But I really love how a lot of people build here Ashe, or Ashe, as you say that, as a Voltron deck. Because when you read the card, I'm thinking like, oh, Voltron, equipment, stuff like that. But you take a so different route with her, so I really love the different take here.
Oh, thank you.
So I have to give you credit on that. It was super amazing. I was super interested to see that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, we need to have a talk.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm gonna go have a talk with someone right now. So thank you so much for watching our video. I had a fun time building this deck and showing it to you. And you will definitely see this on our channel being played.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Bye. People.